Alrighty, guys, welcome. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day today. Now, today's live stream, we are going to be talking about swing trading stocks. We're going to be talking about how to properly grow a small account. We're going to be talking about strategies, tips and tricks, my recommendations, stocks with opportunity, pretty much my full setups, all that good stuff. We're also going to be reviewing some of our more recent swing trades. So I hope you guys all enjoy it. If you guys do, hit that like button, subscribe. If you guys want to learn more about swing trading, check out our school. It's fantastic. Private live streams, quizzes, lectures, a group chat. But, more importantly, we actually teach you to trade. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not alerts or anything like that. It's honest strategies that I've learned over the past 7 years of full-time swing trading. So if you guys want to cut down on that learning curve and become a full-time swing trader, quit your job, check out our school, code TRADER, for 51% off, which is one of the largest sales we've done. So sign up. I'll see you guys in there. And guys, let's jump into this. All right. So today's live stream, I really want to talk about growing that small account. That's why a lot of people clicked on this video. That's why a lot of people are watching this. And, the first thing I kind of want to talk about is strategy, right? If you guys have a $100 account, and you have a profitable strategy, the only thing that's separating you from making more money is just your account size. So as you continue to grow and, as you continue to learn, your account will compound on itself. And the profits you make today can be used as leverage tomorrow. So, just focus on consistency, focus on small returns, and a little statistic for you guys. If you guys make 3% per month, you are better than 95% of all traders in the entire world. So focus on small returns, and another little thing, I've never lost money taking profit. When you're up in your money and you're feeling good and, maybe you see volatility coming, take some profit. And that's kind of what we did. We actually sold out on most of our positions. We're only continuing to hold one stock here. We're continuing to hold Google. Google's gotten crushed. We're down, I think about $700 on this trade. And yeah, it's not the greatest trade. We should have waited for confirmation. We should have waited for a lot of things. But here's the thing. We didn't. We did not do that. Now, does that mean I'm a bad trader? No. What we did is we tried taking advantage of sell-off. I went into the trade knowing there's no confirmation. I went into the trade knowing that if the stock sells off, we're going to just buy it at a cheaper price and move our average cost down. So given that right now we've seen a lot of sell-off, I do think that the next buy zone is going to be near and around the 175 mark. That would give an average cost near and around 178. So once it recovers, our average cost would be a lot lower. So for me, we're continuing to hold through this trade. But this past week here, we did take a bunch, actually, good amount of trades. We took trade on ticker symbol TT yesterday. We got stopped out pretty much for a break-even trade. We got in, near and around the 363 area, and the reason why we got in on this trade, right? If we look close, this stock hit that 200-day moving average line. It hit it, and it slowly started moving our way, the way up. And so we knew there's recent support here. Where are we? Yeah, right here. We knew there's recent support here. It hit it and started moving up. So now the stock sold off again, back down to that 200-day moving average line. It was also undervalued on the RSI. Looking at the hourly time frame, you guys will see the heavy support here on this. So we took a trade where it was above that 200-day moving average line, and actually at one point we were up like $600 off this trade, and you guys can see it sold off here today, and we pretty much lost like $150 off this trade. So not that big of a deal, because we did cover profit on all the other trades. One of the stocks here that we traded was ticker symbol VIRT. VIRT here, looking at that daily time frame, you guys will see the heavy amount of support here near and around this yellow line, which is another moving average line. This is what we call a 50-day moving average line. So the yellow is the 50-day, the blue is the 90-day, and then the red is the 200-day EMA lines. Now, these lines are so important for traders because they act as trend indication, and they will also act as support and resistance. So you guys can see in the past where it sold off and hit that yellow line, right here, it hit it, hit it again. So we knew there's great tendencies of getting buying pressure there. So then the stock, what? Sold off down to that point, hit it, and started moving its way up. Now, for me, we got in on that breakout here above near and around the $37 mark. Stock popped up, broke through this trend line, and then we got out at about $38. So in at 37, out at 38, making $1 a share. Not too bad, right? Not too bad. Covered profit. We just got out of the trade because of the trend line break and the moving average line break. Now, some traders are continuing to hold, but this stock here, given the volatility we've seen out of just the whole marketplace, I just wasn't a huge fan of it, to be honest. So we just covered profit and we moved on. And that's what, a lot of traders need to do, is they just need to, do you guys like this right here? I meant to ask, if you guys like the chat off to the side. I used to have it here, but I kind of changed it. But anyways. But yeah, so VIRT, the stock, sold off through the trend, through the moving average lines. We just got out of the trade, making a couple $100, and I'm happy with that. We've seen so much volatility in the market lately. Another stock here that we covered profit on was PWP. PWP here, sold out of it this morning. The thought process I had was this, right? Looking at the daily, heavy support on that 90-day moving average line, hit it here, hit it here. It also, like I said, moving average lines, they act as support, but they also will act as resistance. You guys can see that yellow line, hitting it just could not break above it. Also, as we look at this, it was not breaking above that 200-day moving average line. It broke up after hours and opened up below it. So I pretty much just said, hey, all right, if we can get some buying pressure on these moving average lines this morning, we'll continue to hold. And obviously it just broke through and the stock is just continuing to sell off. So this one here was just a textbook hourly breakout strategy. Got in preparation for a 200-day breakout and just did not happen. Still was able to cover profits on the trade, but definitely was looking for more growth. All right, so those were the main stocks here that we were holding. Now, the moral of the story is two things. One, if you're up on your money and you're feeling unsure, cover profits. I've never lost money taking profit. And that's kind of the moral of this week's video, is to just take profit. The second thing, if you guys are watching this and you're a beginner just getting started, don't focus on, these stocks that you guys will see other TikTokers, other YouTubers talk about, where they're up 40, 50%. We see them all the time as traders, all the time. Like if we go on Finvest, most beginner investors or traders will look at these and they'll try to trade these stocks right here. These stocks that are down 50%, up 500%. These are the stocks that like a lot of traders will try to trade because they think like, let me make that a little bigger, because they think that those are the plays to make money. When most of the plays that I see successful traders do, they're looking at stocks on support and they're trying to get, like 10 cents a share out of the trade and make like 2-3% rather than trying to, see these stocks up 40%. You're trying to ride the momentum and then they sell off. So just focus on small returns, guys. Focus on small returns. All right, let me close out of this window. All right, there we go. Okay. All right. So let's talk about some stocks with some opportunity. We have a huge opportunity this week, which is awesome. Opportunity, sell off, volatility always brings opportunity. So that is fantastic. So one of the stocks here that I was looking at was HD, also known as Home Depot. Home Depot here, one of the reasons I like it is we do have a nice little trend line, right? Like such. You guys can kind of see how that looks as we remove these moving average lines. heavy support here on these. Boom, boom, boom. The RSI is at a 32. Also, we have heavy support on that 200-day moving average line. So we could really enter on that trend line. It has support of the trend, support of the moving average line, but where do you get in? So let's kind of look around at different time frames. So I definitely think right now the main breakout of this is looking like the 2-hourly chart. You can kind of see the trend line like this. So we'll throw an alert above, the 395 mark. If it pops up above that, there could be a huge opportunity, huge breakout there, which is great. All right, another stock here that we were really about to trade was LNG. Looking back, obviously I wish I would have, but LNG here, textbook breakout trade. Looking at these moving average lines, hit that 90-day, popped up. It's above the 50-day moving average line. Looking at the hourly, looks really, really nice here. Look at this. Great, great trade. Looking at this like this now, we have the heavy trend line. It just looks really good. And this was a stock here that we called out this past week, and we just kind of missed the boat. And that's what happens sometimes when you're getting in and out of other positions. You'll miss out on opportunity, and it's just part of the game. It's just part of the game. One of the other stocks here, we'll remove this. Kind of like the train's kind of already left the station with that one. One of the stocks here that I'm actually starting to like a lot here is Amazon. Amazon, look at this trend as we look at like that 2-hour time frame. Even the 4-hour time frame looks relatively decent, right? Heavy trend line. Right, look at this. Heavy trend line support. We'll throw an alert above like the 225 area. It looks like I already got one, so we'll just remove that one. There we go. But looking at the daily time frame for this, 90-day moving average play, it's hitting it here. And this could be another huge sell-off opportunity, which kind of like what I did with Google. We'll see here if I want to start averaging down and averaging in on this trade. You guys will also look, if we look at it a little closer, we have old resistance acting as new support. So we could see a move from 16 to 216 to 240. Then we got PKG, another stock here that's not doing the absolute greatest. We'll remove that. Then we got CHD. CHD here is a 200-day moving average play. You guys can see in the past it has great tendencies of getting support there. This one here, we kind of have a nice little trend line like this here, which looks really, really interesting. The weekly, let's see here. Weekly's trading on that 50-day moving average line, which looks good. Hourly here is the one that kind of looks a little bad. So we kind of gotta, at least for me, I would set an alert like above the 50-day moving average line, something like this. You guys can see where it's popped up in the past. So we'll just set it above 104.70 and see what happens. See what happens there. And if you guys are watching this, make sure you guys hit that like button. We have 0 likes on this video. What? Hit that like button, subscribe, and don't forget, if you guys want to learn more about swing trading, check out our school, Code Trader, for 51% off. So check that out down below. But yeah, that's also, guys, a lot of you guys always ask. You guys say, Carter, what is the broker you use? I use Moomoo. I'll put a link to them in the chat room. We got another one here, ticker symbol PEGA. Another play that's like, just kind of selling off. We'll throw an alert above that that 50-day hourly moving average line. Daily looks okay. It's approaching that, it's kind of trading around that 200-day moving average line. Super undervalued on that RSI. Got a huge sell-off due to the earnings. Then we got ON, another 200-day moving average play. The RSI is extremely undervalued at about a 27 here. So we could see a move from like $49 to $64. The hourly time frame will throw an alert above that $52 level at the 90-day moving average line. We got Chewy.com. Chewy.com just kind of sold off a lot. Looking at the daily, I think we could see a move at like 34. We'll just throw an alert there on that 90-day moving average line. VITL, another 200-day moving average play. It hasn't done much. It has not done much, but we could see a move from like 35 to 46. But, I'm not a huge fan of that. We're just going to remove that there. ZWS, 200-day moving average play. Released bad earnings, continuing to sell off. The RSI is at a 26. I think this one is okay. You can see the heavy support here in this range. Could see a move from 34 up to like 39. It's like a C plus trade. We're gonna remove it. TRN here just got absolutely obliterated due to the earnings. And this is why we don't hold stocks through earnings reports, is because of this very reason. Everything looked good. Heavy trend line, 200-day moving average line. Finally had my first real bad trading day. Yes, today was a very rough day, right? We lost some money on TT. We kind of covered it earlier in the live stream. Lost money on TT. Made barely anything on VIRT. But hey, it just comes. Yeah, it comes with being a trader. It's part of the game. It's part of the game. What's your opinion on Ford? It has around a 6% dividend and near a low. Actually, I just made a short video on Ford. Ford Motor Company here, in my opinion, could be a little not undervalued play, but look at this, right? Just technical analysis. Heavy support on this range right here around that $9 mark. Heavy support there, right? Let's get that a different horizontal line tool. So heavy support here, right? Boom, boom. You can see it even hits it here. Boom, 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 boom. So yes, buying this stock is like buying this stock all the way back in, it's been years. Ford is a very flat stock. So, investing into Ford, in my opinion, would be more of a dividend play for sure. Like you could buy it at $9, and then if it pops up to 13, and if it takes a couple of months, takes a year, then you sell it and you wait for it to fall back down. I had one of my family members did that with Ford all the time. Bought it at like $8-9, sold it at 12. He did it for years, and he would get the dividends. So yeah, that's the approach I would have, honestly. You're in on it for the dividends. As it pops up, you're up 10-12%, you sell it and you just move on. Then we got this one here that looks terrible. CRK. The move already happened. Look at that. Huge breakout there. Boom. Missed the move on that one. Yeah, that's the approach. That's the approach I would have. You're holding it for the dividend, and then if it pops up to $12 at resistance, you just sell it. For like a long-term play, Ford is just the issue that Ford has is back in the day, Ford did 1 million stock splits where they were making so much money that they were constantly kept splitting. But the issue when you split is it puts more shares out for the public. And so now for the stock to go up 5%, you need there's so many shares out there. So you need so many buyers. You need, and not to mention Ford's debt is terrible, but it carries some potential, that's the thing. That $9 to $12 range, you can make some money off it. What about ALCH? ALCH here. This would, just by looking at it, you can see the 200-day moving average line. Looks like we've set an alert here before. heavy support here on or heavy resistance on the 200. You can see where it hit it. Just had that hard time looking at the daily. Yeah, so I mean, you could do that. You could set in a, you could see the trend line like this, throw an alert above, there. But I like the hourly 200-day moving average line breakout. Waiting for the breakout there. The daily looks nice, good upward trend. Possibly even a trend line. Not yet, but it's getting there. Even if we get a little more sell off down to like the 1266 range, looks pretty good. I do like this one, pretty good. I threw an alert there. RSI is at 37. Yeah, it's pretty good. Hourly, even the trend line like that, even above $14, could see a breakout there. ET, another stock here that's wasn't a huge fan of it, but trading on that 50-day moving average line, we can see the trend like crazy there. Boom. So for a breakout like this, it's hard, because for the stock to go up to this level for the breakout. So like, think of the move that this stock needs to make. Let me make this a little bit. Yeah. All right. So think of the move that this stock needs to make, right? From its current price, it has to go up 4% just to break out. And then anything higher, it has to go like, I don't know. The move is a little high, that I would think. Let's hope for better trading next week. Yeah, I mean, the market goes in cycles. There's been months where we've seen worse than this. I traded in the 2020 crash, and that was rough. It was rough. Lost money. But what sell-off historically has always brung is massive amounts of opportunity. So during 2020, everything was just getting crushed. But then we saw, a lot of tech stocks starting to squeeze up. We saw like Zoom, we saw all these huge stocks breaking out. So we were able to take a lot of opportunity, a lot of advantage of, that sell-off. So, we just got to stick to it. You can alter your strategies a little bit, during times like this. A little pro tip: take profit a little early, cut your losses a little sooner. If you're up, like, let's just say 2.5%, cover your profit. Don't sell all. I'm not saying to sell all your shares, but sell 75, 80% of your shares, and then see if it will rally up. Just make sure you have guaranteed profit. It's a little pro tip. But guys, that is it for this week's live stream. Hope you guys all enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe. Don't forget to check out our school, code TRADER, 51% off. I'll see you guys in there. And like, subscribe, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.